What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the Fatherhood Village podcast, the official home for proud fathers and mentors. I am Dale Holloway, hosting the show with Kev Hick. We appreciate you all for joining us, for tapping in. Welcome. So, for this episode, with the holidays around the corner, we want to kind of dive into what these holiday times mean to us, why it's so special. What do we hope to get out of these holidays, these special moments? What do we hope for our children, our families to get from it? And some of the things, good or bad, that may come from the things that we hoping for. So before we go any further, we're gonna bring Kev Hick through. All right, what's going on with you, baby?
Man, I'm good. No complaints. What's up
I
with
see
you?
us. Oh man, not too much. This snow keeps pouring down, but we making it through. I got a little snow blower I copped not too long ago. It's the electric joint. I ain't ready for the gas powered one just yet. We'll see. I might have to go that route. I'm thinking of convenience right now,
You in
and I ain't trying
Alaska.
to
You
get
gonna have
more
to go that
gas.
route.
We'll see. We'll see. It's thugging away. It's a powerful little thing, man. It's only like 18 inches wide. So I got to do a few more passes, but the driveway's not that big. But we pushing through, man. It's gonna be another long winter, but we all right. We doing all right. The kids love it. You know what I
That's
mean?
what's up.
So how's
Yeah,
everything your way, man? Is it cold
man.
yet in Ohio? Shoot.
That was like 50. It was like 52, 53 today.
Oh man,
We've
just
had
love
we've
the
had
weather.
we've had some cold days. We had some 31s, but for the most part, we like 42 average right now. So it ain't too terrible at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would love to have that, man.
Be
I'm
like
telling you,
summer for
anywhere
you.
we go, moving on from Alaska is gonna feel like paradise, no matter what, state we gonna be in or where we end up. Anything above freezing is gonna be like, bro, this is awesome.
You're gonna be
You know?
thankful for the little things.
Right, right. But yeah, speaking of little things, the holidays, man. The holidays around the corner. I see the trees in your background. Ashley's ready to go. Sure,
Yeah, my
y'all
wife's
probably
ready.
got presents up under there already now.
Yeah, it's presents under there. She
It's
starts
hot.
early. She starts
Okay,
early,
okay. How the
and
kids bringing it in? No, and how's
they
he how's
they
he feeling about it?
he really likes this season too. He's really festive. His mom's real festive. These two trees, this little skinny, whatever the hell that type of tree is, and then the real tree, and then there's a tree across the room. There's a third tree, a skinny but 7 foot skinny tree by the patio door. So it's a bunch of tree going on around here, man. Three different themes. She's really into the holidays, and so I ain't trying to stump it out, man. If that's what gets her in there, man. I'm with it, bro.
Is it
It's a,
one for Riley, one for Noah?
mm,
Is it how she got it? It's just
I don't
whatever.
know what the hell has happened. We've never had three trees, so I don't know.
I got you. She probably started right after Halloween, didn't she?
November was no wait, November 1st. Was it
Yeah.
November 1st? I think November after November. No, the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
So have Thanksgiving the day, actually Thanksgiving night. She like, we need to put this first tree up. Like that's
okay.
serious. So yeah, we got three trees.
Got you.
That
So this
and
this is
hell,
a ritual. This is a tradition ever since you guys been together, or this is something she's been
three trees is
since
a
the
new.
since your sons, the birth of your sons, that she's been more into it, or how's that been?
No, they.
No.
She come from a holiday. She come from a family where they just celebrate every holiday. I mean, everybody get a cake for their birthday and a happy birthday song sang by multiple people. It ain't a lot of them. It's just a few of them, but they really celebrate every single birthday, every single holiday. They just into that, and it's just about the togetherness for them. I don't think nobody likes to give a damn about the holiday. It's just another opportunity to be with each other. I really respect that because we I didn't grow up in no holiday type of environment. Shit, if I didn't go over my auntie's house, I would have missed the whole Christmas if I didn't go to my auntie's house, because there was a lot of years my mama didn't even get we didn't have no Christmas tree. Like it wasn't no decorations going on in my house. Like I
Right.
said, there was a lot of years in my childhood where we didn't have that. When I was really little, my mom, between 5 and like 8, or maybe between 4 and 8, my mom had a Christmas tree, because I was little, it was important. But after that, I don't remember a whole lot of Christmas. There were a year here or there, but just overall, my mom's not the most festive person, and she don't really give a damn about those holidays. And so it's kind of a culture shock for me, or at least it was when I first got with my wife, to be celebrated every single holiday and everybody celebrate everybody. And
Hmm.
the gift exchange is long, and it's different, but it's
Yeah.
good though. Again, it pulls people together. And so for that reason, nothing in actually to do with the holiday, I really like it. And so creates a vibe. My sons feel like they're included in it. They're creating memories, and I want their memories to be full of nothing but joy. And my wife is very good at creating the atmosphere that joy can thrive, as you can see.
Right. Right. That's good. That's great. And
Mm,
my childhood, my mother, she was all into it. Um, everything in the house was changed out. I mean, we had different, it seemed like we had different rugs in the house. We had different decor everywhere. I mean, the kitchen looked draped in other things. She had candles here and there. It just everything was a whole nother feel. But like I said, it was more of a warming, welcoming,
mm,
like I said, type of vibe and energy. And you felt good being around that type of stuff.
yeah,
The Christmas lights. And we weren't real big into going to church and really heavy into, reading the Bible and scriptures and things like that. Even though, we believed in God and Jesus, but we had more of a distant type of, I guess, connection with that. You know, uh, Compared to others, but
mm,
like I said, the overall feeling, the overall overwhelming feeling that we had was families coming.
yeah,
We're sharing these times. We're sharing gifts. We're the things that we hope for as a family is finally happening. And we wanted to have more of that. And like I
yeah,
said, sometimes family from out of town came by. Neighbors stopped by, dropping off gifts or just to say hey. So it was great. It was everything that we will hope for,
yeah,
as far as what we wish that these type of holidays, get-togethers would bring. So I mean, like I said, you had the holiday meals.
mm.
Um, even though they weren't as healthy, looking back on it, but
That shit
like I
that
said, it
killed
made
Big
us
Mama.
happy. Yeah, right.
Shit that killed Big Mama.
Right, right. So, but as I got older and I got away from mom's house, and it was like that at my father's, and my stepmother had the same type of upbringing, and everything was decorated, and new things went up, and the lights. My dad hated doing the lights, and I'm the same way. It's funny because I'm like, look, the least I gotta do to
Yeah.
satisfy the wife. That's what I'm. That's what
That's
I'm gonna
about where
do.
I'm at. I'm not the most.
Yeah.
I don't have none of that spirit shit. She like, you don't got no spirit. You right. I don't have no Christmas spirit, Thanksgiving spirit. They just days where the grocery bill goes up tremendously for me, and
Mhm.
I'm blessed enough to not give a damn about what that number is, and not even know half the time, most of the time now. But look here, man. I just want everybody else to have the experience that they can look back and be happy about and be proud of, and smile at. That's all that matters to me. We used to go over my granddad's house, and everybody still goes over my granddad's house to this day. Obviously, they're very old now; they're in their 80s. But they still, my grandma still gets up and cooks, and that means it's still going down over there. But I don't know, man. I feel like what matters the most to me is that my sons, just remember the warmth in our home. And for me, man, we trying to always create that warmth every day. We trying to create that warmth. I wish we could give them the experience of more family around, but I feel like
Mhm.
my family's so fragmented. We like my grandfather and my grandmother, they always have their thing. They've never given up the dinner thing. So while that seems like okay, that's great, it's cool. Everybody else is alive too. You don't want to always have to go or somewhere else. You want to eat too, or you want somebody to come to your house. And so
Yeah.
Everybody's just so fragmented now. Everybody's like, man, look, I don't want to drive to 3 or 4 different houses. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And that's kind of how it was on Thanksgiving. Like I didn't feel like going to nobody's house. I feel like
Yeah.
we got enough going on. It's enough stress over here, making sure that I had to help Ashley cook. I actually really helped this time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like I've done enough. I ain't driving over to nobody's house just to be nice.
Mhm.
Not this damn Thanksgiving. So I feel like the one thing I wish I could give my son is a unified family for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. Uh, just because that's the expectation around the holiday, and that's what we're really celebrating is a unity, and we still have such a fragmented family, or at least on my side, that that's frustrating. So we're working on
Right.
figuring out how to improve that.
Yeah. Like I said, this and that's another thing I want to talk about, the good and bad, because just kind of shedding some light on some of the good things that I had a chance of experiencing was, I had, my parents remarried, so the family was divided, or not really divided, but we had another side of the family.
Hmm.
So my mom, and her side of the family would do things, and my stepmother's side, and not so much in my dad's side, but more or less my stepmother's side, they would have a get together New Year's Eve, or excuse me, Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
and we would kind of do the same things we would do on Christmas Day, but on New Year's Eve, or excuse me, Christmas
Hmm.
Eve. Kept want to say New Year's, but and then I would spend that Christmas Day with my mom's side of the family. So we would kind of break it up, and and as I got older, I would still continue to drive around wherever house I need to go to, and the family on my mom's side would come over to my mom's house, or we'll go to my grandmother's house. It wasn't a whole, like I said, it was only the select few people. It wasn't
Yeah.
everybody you would hope to see, but you just
See.
kind of you just roll with it, and whoever stopped by, you were more than happy to see them, and greet them, and spend time with them, and it was great. Like I said, I still
Mhm.
play those memories back today, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't have it any other way, man.
Those are my favorite memories, man. We used to, our parents were so much better at getting together and creating a centralized location. Like it'd be 10, 12 of us cousins all playing Monopoly and Sorry and video
Hmm.
games all together. It'd just be like a family reunion every time. And I think when we all grew up, had our own families, split up a little bit as far as geographically, just across the city. We was all on the same side. We was west side. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't, none of
Hmm.
us was too far from each other because we was all in the hood. So
Yeah.
um, as adults, we grew up. Some cousin moved 20, 30 miles away. I'm on the other side of town. Away from that bullshit. Like it's just everybody is just kind of doing their own thing and in their own little
Hmm.
spot on separate corners of the city. And because our generation is still so young, everybody hasn't actually accumulated you know an entertainment space,
Right.
like a place to bring everybody that you can be comfortable.
Hmm.
Um that's what I'm really excited about, having a house big enough to fit both of our whole families if they want to show up to enjoy it with us. But then that doesn't go as well, because maybe there's an idea about, oh, you just doing this to show off your family, show off your house, not necessarily to, like, you don't know what you're gonna get. And so I think this
Hmm.
adulthood, that's why it's so important right now, because this might be the best chance they have at these types of memories being untainted before
Yeah.
adulthood gets them, before jealousy, bitterness, strife, irritations, idiocy,
Yeah.
separation, distance. Like, man, there's nothing like childhood, man. And I just want to make sure that my son's childhood is legit, man.
Absolutely. And that's another thing. Being in the military, we're always apart. Like
Hmm.
we're the family that's away. We're in a remote location, and that's what I'm saying, it comes with the territory, and having two children. It almost feels as though we're doing a disservice to them, either by not having more children, or just not being able to visit back home as often as we would like,
Hmm.
in places that they rather be, because they bring up Ohio a little bit more often now that they're older, and they see. they see the reception from family when
Mhm.
they're in town, and they don't get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
So now there's a yearning, there's a desire to be in Ohio because of the things, the intangibles and things that we can't recreate being here in
Right.
Alaska. I mean, we were in Texas for, uh, 5 years at least when, that was the time that Angel was with me. But yeah, so just recreating that and just having something that they can remember and enjoy and value.
Mhm.
It can be a little challenging, especially if they don't know what it's like to be in Ohio during these times.
Yeah.
Um, so, doing more, going outside of my comfort zone, if it
Mhm.
means creating and decorating and,
Yeah.
finger painting and doing these arts and craft deals with Sade. She loves that type of stuff. She's real artsy and crafty like that. And
Mhm.
I have to remember to, you know, to understand that, hey, this is, like you said, this is one of the few times that she's able to experience this as a child, because as she
Mhm.
grows older, either her expectations are going to change, or she just going to have a totally different mood about the holidays, or
Awareness takes over.
right.
You're not dumb enough to enjoy it the same way as you did when you were a kid who didn't realize how much stress it took, like the freedom that you approach a
Hmm.
holiday with. And you don't care about how much it costs, how long it took to cook. Like none of that matters. It's just
Yeah.
all it's the best food, the best gifts, the best experience, the best lights and decorations. The time is now. And while my
Hmm.
needs and your needs might be to be left the hell alone,
Right. Yeah.
their needs are to dive in and enjoy this and have this big giant experience. And especially for you, because you're in a remote location, it's
Hmm.
important that you give them that because that's all they got. It's still is a stunted experience, as compared to being surrounded by all your family members, especially with you being such
Hmm.
a nucleus and a glue to your family. You're such an important figure. They need a memory, and so you have to create a culture. And that's what my wife always tells me about. She's like, listen, I know you didn't grow up in a place like this, but we're creating memories and a culture, and what she say, like a tradition. She's like,
Yeah.
we're creating tradition in this family.
Yeah.
I was like,
You
hey,
can
all right,
expect
look,
this.
I'm not gonna give you no pushback on it. I'm just like I said, how much do I have to participate? And like you have to do everything. All right,
Right.
got it.
Right.
So
So, like I said, just yeah, this a constant reminder of that, because, like you said, after you reach a certain age, and it feels like you outgrow certain things. Like I said, it's lower on your priority, and you feel like that type of engagement or activity isn't going to excite you anymore. But then, actually, once you kind of get into it, especially with your kids, and just seeing the
yeah,
excitement on their face, how
right.
they embrace it, you know what I'm saying? The level of elation that they have with it it kind of has a trickle down effect, and it's kind of contagious. So that's what I had to remember, like, especially with, my daughter, she want to make all these different cookies and baked goods, and
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things she wants to do and include me. So, and I'm taking a week of leave next week, and even though it's not part of the holiday, it's just another time to give back to her, and
right.
as well as Rashad. And
Yeah,
like I said, they miss me, and they want to do things with me, and I'm away, and when I get home, and there's still more things I'm trying to accomplish at the same time. So, like I said, taking the necessary time away from work and
yeah.
the rigors of the day, and everything that's on your plate to provide. They're
Mhm.
not go that's that don't really concern them. Like, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, but I still need you to do daddy stuff. So
What's
you don't
interesting?
want them, you don't want them to resent that.
Absolutely not. And that's a good point. A lot of times we have people, and I've seen parents be pretty shitty and non existent all year, and then because they're festive and they remember the holidays, all of a sudden they turn up on the holiday, and you get this one or two times a year where they're like present and in the moment, and then you get the busy the rest of the year. And while we all know what the struggle is, trying to get to the paper, trying to take care of your family, I think how I've approached, like, even the holiday season is, I don't want that to be the height of their year. I would like it to. I mean, they're gonna remember it because it's so different, like visually, aesthetically, and the vibe and the Christmas music. God, I'm tired of Christmas music. My wife starts the Christmas music as early as she starts these damn
I
trees.
forgot to even start playing that stuff.
But the the memories that we try to create during the year, the warmth, the togetherness, the affection, like all of those things, man. We're doing that all year. That shit don't stop for us.
Yeah.
Like we always like that. Like I'm always cuddled up. You know what I'm saying? We always just getting that warmth in, and I feel like if you've waited to the holiday to be warm to your family and to create a culture or a tradition of togetherness, you've done them a disservice. I feel like uh, at times we can get so busy that we lean on those holidays in order to give our family like the repayment for the
Yeah.
distance, the repayment for the inconvenience or something like that. And I don't want to ever lean on the holiday or have to remind them of how great I was at Christmas. I'm
Yeah.
great. I'm great during the year, and Christmas, if they remember it, is a bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, that's something I've always tried to make sure that I'm not leaning on the holiday. And I had a family member who was the most amazing mother during Christmas, the most amazing mother during Thanksgiving, and even some birthdays. But then she had a drug problem. She would disappear for many months at a time during the year. She would almost not see her kids for, man, I don't know, like 10 months. Sometimes it'd be 8 months out the year she'd be missing or just out of it or drunk or drugging or something. But then she would shake off. She would get clean for Christmas and Thanksgiving and give us the biggest, most grand. One of my mom's sisters would give us the most biggest grand Christmas, biggest grand Thanksgiving that you ever had in your life. And she was the
Hmm.
greatest at holidays. And then she would go away for months at a time, disappear. Nobody knows she was alive and shit like that. And every year, still the best at holidays, the best cook, the best everything. And it was just the holidays. And so for me, it kind of gave me a complex as I grew into adulthood. Even as a child, I always thought, man, I would trade anything to just know she was safe during the year.
Yeah.
And while that's an extreme, I've known fathers who were not nice unless it was Christmas, and didn't think about their kids or what they wanted unless it was a holiday that they could attach to it. I just feel like we have a duty to always give our sons and daughters the type of love that you would give them at Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit needs to be par for the course.
Yeah.
And so that's a lesson that I've watched and seen people miss around this holiday conversation is you can't make up for a shitty parenting through during the year with a
Hmm.
big Christmas, and you can't throw money at a mindset issue. You can buy all the presents in the world, but if you're a shitty father, if you haven't done your job, if your kids feel unsupported and unloved, if they feel like that you're absentee and you're distant, you're not there, they can't count on you, they don't get no affection from you, I don't give a fuck how much you spent on Christmas. They're not going to remember how much you spent on Christmas. They're going to remember all that absence. They're going to remember all that separation, all that distance. And Christmas will be a moment where they actually look at you and despise you because they'll remember that that was only a show for Christmas. And
Yeah.
in adulthood, you realize that type of shit. In adulthood, you kind of you get familiar, what an adult could have been going through when they were mistreating you as a child or when they were neglecting you. And so, my message to whoever might be listening who needs to hear this is please don't wait till the holidays to be great.
Yeah.
Just be great. Just do what
Hmm.
it takes to be good to your family and your kids. Get your wife together throughout the year. It shouldn't have to be Christmas for you to buy your wife something. It shouldn't have to be Christmas for you to buy your kids something or just be warm or be considerate or be giving or be thankful for what they do or who they are and how they affect you.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing, and that's my biggest problem around these holidays is it's an American marketing system It's just a shopping season. It's how we market the money traffic in this country. And
Yeah.
so Christmas is just a big ass marketing scheme. Thanksgiving is a big ass marketing scheme.
Hmm.
So we're not gonna avoid that, but we can create more meaning by being great on those holidays, but letting it reflect the rest of the days during the year as well. That there's no marketing scheme, there's no advertisements telling us how to be great parents. There's no advertising telling us how to celebrate people, how to make them feel included or warm or happy.
Mm.
There's no structure that we can follow because it's already been laid out because it's tradition. You just have to be damn good. You just have to be great. You just have to be good enough all year. And I just feel like that's so important. And too often, man, we just miss that, man. Thinking that a big ass gift is gonna make up for all the games you missed this year. The big
Yeah.
ass gift is gonna make up for all the cussing and fussing or abuse or misunderstandings and shit like that, man.
Yeah.
These holidays are largely a capitalist capitalizing off of them. That's what that is, a
Hmm.
capitalistic system capitalizing. So we can create the memories and we can create the meaning, and that's what we're doing. But just so it's understood, I am by no means giving a damn about that portion of these holidays. But it is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity that our kids will observe through other people's houses and through the lens of other people's eyes and through the windows of other homes. They'll see people celebrating, so you can't exclude them from it unless you're prepared for that backlash. And
Yeah.
so it's just uh, do what you can to make it mean something in your house, even though it's marketing bullshit.
Yeah. All valid. All valid. Yeah. I don't, like I said, you took the words out of my mouth, really. And kids aren't forgetful, as you already know. And there's no, patching up things that, there's a lot of things money can't solve. You know what I mean? And kids remember those things that really hurt them. I mean, a lot of times,
Right.
people get salty, or kids that get salty, they didn't get the action figure they wanted, or the game system, the clothes, the shoes.
Mhm.
They normally get over that.
Yeah.
It'll take a whole long, a lot of time for them to, move on from that. But like you said, you highlighted some things that they won't forget, that they will
Mhm.
always connect to you, and they will always have hesitancy with you about. And like I said, it's tough to reconnect that bond that you may have once had without addressing those issues, correcting those issues, and those negative behaviors. And like I said, it's a lot of times as fathers, we're under a lot of stress. We
Mhm.
don't get the right help. Sometimes we don't even release what it is. We don't have the outlets to
Mhm.
voice and to vent, and just to get it out, to air it out. And like I said, we suppress those things, um, and with the catharsis and all that. So
Mhm.
it's like I said, it's just you got to know when to understand. Like, okay, I'm purchasing this gift because it, like I said, it can't be to make up for things. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. You can't
Like I said,
medicate
it's
with
just
Christmas.
right, right. It's like you said, it should be like the icing on top. Um, and though that toy or that material item may satisfy them for a set amount of time, they
Mhm.
still need you. You're still the father. You're still the man of the house. And they're looking for you to provide much more than that. And a lot
Mhm.
of things that books can't teach you, or you, like I said, you can't, subscribe to. There's things that you innately need to connect with them about.
Mhm.
Um, so, like I said, just finding that meeting, whatever it is, it may mean different things depending on the relationship. Like I said, um, if it's doing schoolwork with them, if it's coloring in the crayon in the coloring books with them. If it's, hey, me and my daughter gonna play dress up, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like if it means, hey, I gotta watch her, do her new dance, and or help her do her flips, and like whatever it is that I can't go out into Target and get her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I can't go get a substitute dad and, hey man, fill in for me real quick while I go.
Right.
Nah, it's just one of me. So like I said, as long
Mhm.
as we value that, And we understand that, hey, you get one crack, and like you said, you can't wait to the holiday to celebrate these good times or create those
Hmm.
memories. You may not have till the holiday. Something, drastic or tragic may happen, and damn, I was gonna get her at Christmas.
Hmm.
We had about 5 more weeks,
Yeah. You
and we
never know
always
when
talk
it's too
about,
late.
yeah, you know what I mean. So just keeping those type of things in mind, knowing that we don't always have the time that we would hope for, and that we had in the past. Just keeping that in mind, and sometimes we need reality checks, and sometimes you need to see some shit that went south for somebody else to be like, nah, I
Yeah.
don't, I don't need that happening to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
my goal is to raise my kids and them not need counseling because of some shit I did.
Hmm.
That's my
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I said, every day around here, Christmas, man, we living good all year, and we loving good all year. And Christmas, whatever the hell other holidays, they just days. But my sons will observe that other people are doing different things, and we can provide the atmosphere that they can feel included in what they see, around them, and not feel like they're missing out. I want them to know exactly what all of this shit is about. So
Mhm.
I'm excited. Thus far, I'm pretty proud of the job we've done, creating the meaning in our house. And hopefully just continue to do that. But like I said, none of it means a lick of shit if I don't do my job during the year.
Mhm.
The kids don't forget. Don't The kids might not remember what you did or what gift you give them, but they always remember how you made them feel. And
Mhm.
what parents forget is that a gift doesn't necessarily invoke a feeling, but your presence does. And that feeling
Yeah.
is something that they wrestle with all year. And that gift, because you're an adult and you're conditioned to value gifts sometimes over emotion, because we've spent our adulthood running from emotion and receiving less of it in return from people, because adults evolved to guard themselves. So material things are more important for adults than they are for children. So we might
Mhm.
have an emotion or even just a stronger reaction to a thing or a gift, because in adulthood you don't get a whole lot of the emotional stuff from people, not in a healthy way for the most part. So you get those gifts and you learn to soothe yourself with your accomplishments, your successes, your gifts, your toys. Kids, they love and value people as much as they love and value things, if not more than things. And so you can give a kid an expensive gift and they'll appreciate it and play with it for 5 minutes. But you've known this, and that we all parents know this. You get a kid a gift you spent $100 for, and they play with that shit for 5 minutes, and they run off in the room and play with a pot or a pan or a fucking a cup or something. Right? Like they don't, because
Yeah.
they don't care about, it doesn't register to them the importance of the gift. What registers to them is making them feel a certain way, and you do
Mhm.
that through your love and through your contact with them, not through the gift you give them. So
Mhm.
all them expensive gifts don't make up for nothing, because those kids will likely not know how much it costed, not know how much trouble you went through to get it, not even understand that you thought it was going to be important because they didn't think it was that damn important. It's a fun
Mhm.
5 minutes for them, and then they back to wondering why daddy doesn't like to come to their games, wondering why
It,
those things.
sometimes you may end up being in competition with some of the things that you buy.
Hmm.
Like, some kids, like I know for myself, I was big into video games as a youngster, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I can just remember how immersed I was into, video games or things of that nature, playing, NBA Live or whatever was hot back in those days.
Yeah.
And I would like, be in my own, be in the confines of my room, just kind of separated and isolated from everyone else. As soon as I got that game for Christmas, and I would just like remove myself from the family gathering, and it was, looking back, it seemed like, damn, that's a selfish ass move. But I was so excited to have the
Yeah.
game and to be in my
Hmm.
own little world. And now, my dad, he wanted me to have the freedom to play, and I would do the same at my mom's house. Had the freedom and the space to enjoy myself, but it was like, as a kid, you don't look at it both ways. It's just your side, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
didn't think about how it might have looked like, hey, now, my dad, I know he would like to spend that time with me, and and talk and laugh and joke and drink eggnog and
Mhm.
whatever it is. But now I took that away from him. But it was it like he gave me the keys to do that? Did he know that
Yeah.
he was gonna kind of incite that reaction? So it's kind of like, well,
He
all
gave you
right,
the gift for the emotion,
yeah.
and
And I just
you
ran
did.
off with it. And I'm up 3, 4 in the morning talking about,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, and I can't speak for him, but it seems as though he was like, okay, I'm gonna let him, you know what I mean, enjoy it, have his fun. But at the same time, I wasn't in the same space
Mhm.
enjoying family in the other room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, as an adult, and I know it'd be times I'll probably have to relive the same thing as a father. Like, man, I didn't gave my son or my daughter this, that, and the third, and they ran off. But now I really wanted to share this time with them. But
Mhm.
it's kind of like, do you let it live? Because you don't want to force them away of different nuances of the childhood experience, but you also
Mhm.
want to, what I'm saying, not have them so evolved in other things to where it's like, yeah, my holidays were spent playing this game or
Right.
doing doll babies all day or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, that's why I say it's so important that you create the presence in their life and the
Right.
relationship and the things that you share one-on-one, like something that's like inseparable. So they like,
Mhm.
look, they might, turn away for about 30, 40 minutes. And after a while, it's like, look, I miss
Mhm.
my dad. Let me go in here and see what they doing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the thrill is over quicker and sooner because you know what's more valuable to you or what kind of sparks more of a, exciting mood in the other room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pro tip: if we know we got a particular gift that is going to be extremely distracting and it's going to take over the rest of the night, we make him open that one later, or
Mhm.
let him open it, and the understanding is, hey, at this time of night, that's when you get to play, or at this time we can start that, and so it doesn't become a detractor from what's going on in the day. So that's maybe
Yeah,
something you
I'm
can
gonna
try.
have to. Right, right. I'm
Once you
gonna
get
have
to
to
that, when you
use.
get to that job, when you get to that bridge, your 12, 13 year old really want that new video game. I don't know what the hell they be gonna do in the video games by the
It's gonna
time.
be all virtual reality and all with the
Yeah,
VR
but
thing. Yeah.
yeah, now you can open this, but you can't play it until, or you can open this, but you can't enjoy it until 8 o'clock when everybody calm down.
But they
Once
gonna
we
be
finish these.
itching, boy. They gonna
Mhm.
be.
Yeah, but just stay engaged.
Yeah.
Be with us, and then you can get in it. And I think
Mhm.
that understanding can be reached quite simply.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But like you said, just creating that having the culture to begin with, and just kind of emphasizing things, reiterating things, and just what new traditions can you create within your home that strengthens
Mhm.
that bond. You know, sometimes I think for myself, because of the interests of my daughter, my son, they like to be hands on with stuff. So like whether it's Play-Doh, whereas we cutting up paper and construction, we drawing stuff. Those are the type of things that like keeps everyone engaged, everyone involved, laughing, joking. What I'm saying, just keeping that spirit very high. And
Yeah,
so that's, like I said, I can see that being something big for them. Even if going outside, playing in the
yeah,
snow fight, building snowmen,
yeah,
going even went sledding yet. That's my bad. We gotta do that. We got plenty of hills nearby
yeah.
to do those sorts of things. But yeah, just creating that atmosphere that they will always remember, that they want to carry on, with their families later on in life.
Mhm.
Like end of the day, those material things, man, they're gonna fade in memory. They're not gonna really remember who got them what, or how
Mhm.
long they spent on it, or what it
Especially
did for their life. Really, it's like, okay, I had it.
do shit.
Then what happened?
Most of the Christmas presents are broken and in some kind of toy box, separated from the other pieces that go with it. It's a bunch
Yeah,
of
my
random
that's my
ass.
son. All his
Yeah,
toys are not in one piece.
yeah, yeah. So that's what they become. It's about
Yeah.
giving them the moment to enjoy it, but giving him an incentive to look you in the eyes, and giving him an incentive to to engage it with the room, and but you got to be
Or
great all year.
or like you said, they want to share that gift with you. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
my
daddy, play this
son.
game with me. Or yeah.
So something I've been doing recently is I've been giving my son stuff that we can do. So like all of the toys that I get, he knows damn near is basically my toy, because I always get a toy that that forces me to jump in, because I'm not the most childlike. Like I can't get into like being kitty and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I'm an athlete. Hell, we can throw this football. We can play these Velcro tennis ball things,
Okay.
whatever we throw at each other. I
Yeah.
got him a nice basketball hoop that goes on his closet, like a legit nice inside basketball hoop. So,
Oh
I
wow.
mean, we've been playing a lot of basketball. We've been doing a lot of that stuff, but I always get stuff that I have to engage in with him, and that way I don't steal that moment from myself. If I wanted interaction, I don't buy him stuff that would cause him to go off by himself
Right.
and separate himself. Everything that comes from dad is something that he either has to do with dad or a mom or a little brother or a friend.
Right. That's yeah, like I said,
And
that's important. That's
with
very important.
COVID and him being homeschooled, the friend thing is not as much as so we're looking forward to him going back to school next year, just so he can intermingle a little bit. And he's about to get into, he's been sick. He's about to get into martial arts, so he'll make some friends at his little martial arts class. And he's been swimming.
Yeah.
He has some friends at swimming, so he's encountering kids. But I make sure when I buy him stuff that it doesn't steal the moment from me, because the gift I buy creates the moments. And so
Good.
that's something that you can look into, like whether it's laser tags or basketball, teaching Rashad
Yeah.
how to play basketball, or
My
um,
my dad, him and I just remember we used to play darts. Had a dart board
yeah,
in one of the rooms in his house, and we spent a lot of time on that.
yeah,
And that was fun.
great gift,
We were
but it creates
cracking up. Like we shared a great time with that.
yeah,
We'll have our music playing, whether it been the holiday music
yeah.
or whatever. But like that, the scene was set up great times, and I plan on doing that with my son. He has something similar downstairs as a dartboard, but it's kind of like an axe throwing type of
Yeah.
setup. And so I haven't played with him yet. We got it, I think, for his birthday. So birthday
Mhm.
was like a week and a half ago. But like I said, during this time off, sharing those one-on-one moments with him, and if
Yeah.
not one-on-one, including the entire family with it.
Yeah.
So everyone's included, everyone's sharing a moment during that time. So yeah,
Yeah.
those are gems right there.
Yeah. All of his toys that I get him are us toys,
Yeah.
and that way I don't get cheated out of the moment, and it forces me when he wants to play with it. You can't play with it by yourself. I guess here come daddy. Daddy be in there in 5 minutes. We be having a
Hmm.
ball in this thing. Because again, I
Yeah.
can't. I'm not like childlike, so I don't be. I can't. It's hard for me to get all goofy and silly and stuff like that with him. But man,
Hmm.
we have a great time, man. We have an amazing time. He
You
loves
be in
playing
there, you mean business.
basketball.
Like, look, we have an objective
Well,
that
now
we're gonna meet.
we have no. I can play like if we playing with like playing basketball, for example. We have a great time playing basketball, but his mom is like silly and kid like
Oh,
they
okay.
loud and that type of stuff. I can't do all
Okay.
that, but I can play with you, but it's got to be. I can't use my imagination. Let's just have an objective and play the game. And we have a fun time playing
Shoot the
basketball,
J. We're
wiffle ball
doing it. You
bat.
traveling. Stop.
No, we're not. Well, see now I let him do his thing. I do
Yeah.
take advantage of teachable moments from time to time, but I
Yeah.
let him do his thing and I let him win every now and then. So we're having a really great time, but it takes the pressure off of me to try to be something I'm not, which is really over the top goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay. Yeah.
I have an inappropriate sense of humor that you can't give to a 7-year old. So I can't
All
tell the
right.
jokes that I got.
Age appropriate writing. Okay.
but
You got to
but
be
yeah,
this tall to get these
but
jokes in.
his biggest toys are us toys, and I think that helps me create memories throughout the year. So Christmas is an
Mhm.
opportunity for me to set the tone for the year about how we interact with each other and what we do to enjoy each other's company. That's
Yeah.
how I use Christmas gifts.
Yeah. And nah, you taught me something because we would do that, not actually thinking that we're doing it,
Hmm.
or at least understanding what the negative impact would be if we didn't do that.
Hmm.
But nah, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a whole nother approach to the games and the things we purchase. Yeah,
He got a Nintendo Switch. Ashley bought it with me in mind so we could play together. Like everything
yeah,
is us together. So it's him and
okay,
dad, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
Riley's really not into nothing but like I'm Riley's biggest toy right now. It's just me.
okay, yeah, yeah.
So Riley doesn't care
Climbing,
about
wrestling.
things. Yeah, he just climb and wrestle with dad. That's what he loved to
Hmm.
do. So um, it's one of those things. But whoever's listening, man, find the meaning to the holidays and about the holidays for yourself. But just make sure it counts and make sure that the holidays aren't the only highlight that your kids have to look to forward to, and that your wives and the girlfriends have to look forward to. Don't be a piece of shit all
Yeah,
year and then be nice at Christmas and birthdays. Be a great man all year.
yeah. And like you said, if it has been that way, if you been a Scrooge all year and then you trying to turn the page, keep that page turned, keep that leaf turned over. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Don't have a relapse and go back to your old ways. Understand, like I said, the light and the excitement and um you know the love that you're creating around
Hmm.
being this person or this side of you. You know what I'm saying? Let that manifest into something that's more natural and that's more consistent. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Because you
you
can't
know,
make up for being shitty with a couple gifts.
right.
You just
Not gonna
can't.
happen. Not gonna happen, man. But yeah, man, this was a great conversation. I'm glad we had this. Viewers, thanks again for tapping in and supporting this platform. Again, if you want to contact us, we're at the Fatherhood Village at Gmail. DM us, comment on this episode below. We're pretty good about replying to that. Um, like, share, subscribe. We're on IG, we're on Twitter. Just search us. We got more content on the way, and we wish you all a very safe, blessed holidays. Like I said, keep the family in mind, keep these meanings at the forefront of your mind. And like I said, we wish you all well, man. So without further ado, I'm Dale Holloway. That's Kev Hick. Peace and love.
Peace and love.